I'm on this reading kick again. So I think the first one, it says, it's an easy to use self-health care guide with charts. I paid $1.50 for it. That's pretty good at a Salvation Army. So it talks about vitamins, minerals, enzymes, amino acids, fats, herbs, aromatherapy, flower remedies, homeopathic remedies, leading edge supplements, phytochemicals, and nutraceuticals. And look at the doctors. Look at the bottom of it. So this is a good book. And look, $1.50. And it's in really good shape. Really good shape. I love these books. I have a lot of health books. Like, you know, I have people tell me all the time, they say, well, you're 65, you're not going to live forever. Just what you think. That's what you think. So these are really good. See, it gives gives what it is, and then it actually gives a warning at the bottom. Gives a warning. Yeah. So it's not a bad thing, right? Gives a caution, a dosage, the whole bit. So that's a good one. Iodine. I use iodine for my lesions. I have one there, another cancer lesion that started just on my eyebrow. And I have to be really cautious because they get big very fast, and melanomas have a tendency to jump. So they will jump literally from like one part of your body right down to the last one. The last, I think it was 2 years ago, I had a melanoma that had started here. I had one before and I got rid of it, and they shaved it off and it didn't grow back. But now I'm getting, because the hot weather is coming, right? And so I walk every day, and so I get a lot of that sun, and I have to be really careful with the sun because it will magnify those spots that I get, and they get big very, very fast, very fast. I mean, I don't know, is it in my body? Is it something that I'm carrying in my body? I don't know. But I do know that the iodine works. So I had one that started here, and I put iodine on it, and then I cover it up. Normally I'll put, like, I have dandelion root, stem, and flower ground up in my fridge, and usually what I'll do is I'll use the iodine and the dandelion root, the synergy of the three things, the root, the stem, and the flower, and I'll put that on, then I cover it up, and it literally works. It goes. So there is one in here, an article in here that talks about iodine. And so I use iodine. I use a lot of iodine for my skin cancers. And sorry, I'm trying to fix the light that a little bit better maybe. Anyway, so it says iodine is critical for optimal thyroid function. A small amount is also needed in the rest of your body. Nutrients that maximize the amount the body can use, none. Huh. Oh, listen to this. So if you're using iodine for like thyroid issues or anything like that, okay, it says foods, drugs, and nutrients and conditions that prevent the maximum utilization of iodine by the body. And this is what it says. Consuming large quantities of raw cabbage, cassava root, mustard, peaches, radishes, soybeans, spinach, strawberries, or turnip may block iodine absorption in people with low iodine intakes. Cooking usually inactivates the goitrogenic iodine, interfering properties of these chemicals. Cobalt antagonizes iodine. Cobalt. Okay, so do I eat any of that? I love cabbage, but I haven't had any for a long time. Peaches, I love. I haven't eaten for a long time. Radishes, I love them. They prevent the maximum absorption of iodine. Spinach, I love spinach. Shit. So those are the three things I'd have to worry about: is raw cabbage, radishes, and spinach. substances that cause iodine deficiency, which is what I think I had. Goitrogenics are substances that prevent the body's use of iodine by interfering with and decreasing the production of thyroid hormones. Goitrogens. I wonder what that is, goitrogen, what a goitrogen is. I'll have to look that up. So an excellent natural source of iodine, seafood, kelp tablets, seaweed, and iodized salt. Iodized salt. I stopped using iodized salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. Okay, main body parts that it benefits using iodine. Breasts, hair, nails, skin, teeth, and your thyroid gland. I use iodine in the droplets, and that's what I put on my lesions. The old-fashioned way, the old-fashioned iodine drops, yeah. Okay, so the main body parts that or body functions that iodine supports are, energy production, I didn't know that, excess fat metabolism, physical and mental development, thyroid gland function, protects against harmful effects of electromagnetic radiation, and breast cancer prevention. So if you've got a deficiency of iodine, you have cold hands and feet, dry hair, irritability, listlessness, lassitude, nervousness, obesity, and sluggishness. I know someone that could be iodine deficient. This is interesting. This is really interesting. I got to try to get this fixed. I can't seem to fix this, but I'm going to try. Maybe if I put you a little bit closer, because then I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, so that's interesting. Cold hands and feet, dry hair, irritability, listlessness, lassitude, nervousness, obesity, and sluggishness. So helpful in treating these conditions, the following conditions. Iodine will help. I can't pronounce this one. Atherosclerosis, ALS. Hair problems, fibrocystic breasts, goiter thyroid becomes enlarged, or hypothyroidism. When I was a kid, I used to pass out all the time. When my mother would brush my hair, I'd get weak, I'd get nauseous, things like that. So I'm pretty sure I had hypo. So that might have been what it was. My problem is I had a lack of iodine in my system. My body wasn't holding on to the iodine. They give a lot of information. So it talks about the dosage ranges, so from 0 to 300 mcgs. If you eat seafood products or ionized salt, take up to 150 mcgs. If you have low iodine diet, check with a nutritional orientated health practitioner in the area. The practitioner may suggest you ingest 150 to 300 mcgs. And if you have a thyroid or other medical condition that may affect it, consult with a physician. Some people are allergic to iodine and must avoid it. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Okay, so toxicity. So if you use the tincture like I use, the iodine, I use it on my lesions. Well, listen to this. Tincture of iodine, a topical antiseptic, is poisonous and should never be ingested. Never. I never do. Iodine is considered safe up to 1,000 mcgs per day. So never, ever take iodine internally. It's externally only for an antiseptic type thing. Okay, so symptoms of an overload, a toxic overload, include headaches, difficulty breathing, a rash, a metallic taste in the mouth. Japanese who consume huge amounts of seaweed, resulting in large doses of approximately 20,000 as compared to the 150 that you should take, 20,000 mcgs per day or more, can suffer from iodine goiter. So that's good to know. Well, that's interesting stuff because I had no idea. But so many of them, and there's one in here about fluorine. Yeah, fluorine. It says that excess fluorine is believed to be responsible for molting and splotched discoloration of teeth in children and adults. In adults, it may be responsible for cancer, hip fractures, and kidney stones. Fluorine. Yeah. Yep. And where do you get it? Listen to where you get it. Okay, listen. Municipal water sources, fluoride toothpaste, processed foods that use fluorinated water, cakes, breads, juices, etc. And I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this, okay? Fluorine. Toxic. It says right there. Fluorine. It says fluorine is toxic. Okay. Now listen. Originally, fluorine is a byproduct of Second World War weapons manufacturers, okay? Excessive amounts created a disposal problem. So they were using these to create weapons. Yeah, and then they made too much of it, and so they had to dispose of it. And that became a problem. So the idea of fluoridation of the water supply for prevention of cavities was a welcomed solution, right? Way to get rid of it. So what had cost money to dispose of now became a solution and a profit for business. Fluorine is also used Fluorine is used as a rat poison. Controversy around its effectiveness for cavity prevention is mounting. It's highly toxic and must be specially stored and monitored when used in municipal water supplies. Jesus, we're putting that shit in our toothpaste. Seriously, think about it. I'm having so many issues health-wise, and I've had cancer. Think about it. I always had my teeth treated with fluoride when I was in the military and I was a young woman. Before I started going to a dentist, I never had any problems. But when I joined the military and they put that amalgam filling in, now I have problems. But fluorine is toxic. It's toxic. And it was a result of a problem they were having in the Second World War. They were creating weapons that were using fluorine. Yeah, because it's toxic. And so they had to get rid of it, and it was costing money. So they were looking for a solution. And the solution they came up with, put it in our drinking water. It'll stop cavities. It might kill you eventually, but you won't have any cavities. Anyway, this is going to be a good book to read. This I'm really going to sink my teeth into. So that one was an important one to pick up. Sorry, I'm falling apart here. Okay, so the next one is, and the reason why I like this is because Reader Digest, when I was a little girl, my mother had tons of Reader Digest books, tons. And so it's just kind of like part of my history, right? So Reader Digest, and it's a hardcover. Reader Digest Canada, Know Your Options. The definitive guide to choosing the best medical treatments. And it is beautiful. And it's ailments A to Z. And it starts, the first one is allergies. Like it's got what's happening, the stages, the first steps, and the questions to ask. I have to show you that. So like it's organized very good, like questions to ask. Should I pull all the carpeting out of my house? What can I do about my cat? Should I get tested for hidden food allergies? And then they answer the questions on the next page. Can being too clean cause allergies? Then it talks about the medications, promising developments, immunotherapy. Yeah, doing it natural. Yeah. So this is also going to be a good work, a really good book. And the second one is Alzheimer's, then anxiety, which I have. I have anxiety. It goes all through arthritis from A to Z, like just amazing. Gum disease. Yeah. Hold your toothbrush at a 45-degree angle. Just be aware of that. There's one on hair loss and heart attack, which I had. Here it says, can my heart disease be reversed? Where's the answer to that? Huh. Yes, can. It can. Huh. It says what to do. Take control, act quickly, plan ahead, plot out the route to the hospital in advance, quit smoking, get moving, start exercising, and ask your doctor about getting a creatine protein level measured. Huh. Anyway, we all have different ways. And they say aspirin is a wonder drug. I don't agree with that. I take cayenne. I won't take aspirin anymore. I take cayenne. And cayenne works. But, I mean, it's amazing. It's got about high cholesterol, memory loss, macular degeneration, all sorts of stuff. This is a good book, too. Obesity, hypothyroidism, everyday complaints like athlete's foot, blisters, burns, canker sores, cold sores. This is freaking amazing. Oh, yeah. So a skin self-exam. So on here it looks like I've got blue eyes, but I don't. I have green eyes. My eyes are kind of like olive colored. But on here they look blue, but they're not. They're olive. So it says skin self-exam. So do the exam monthly if you have light skin, blonde or red hair, or white, blue or green eyes, you have a family history of skin cancer, or you have had a severe blistering sunburn as a child or a teenager. See a dermatologist often if you have had skin cancer, at least annually or more often, at a doctor's discretion. Yeah, so I had carcinoma and a melanoma. I had a melanoma here that they cut out, and I had a melanoma up here that literally jumped from here to between my toes. So you have to watch your skin. I checked my toes, my toenails. I do have a spot in my small toenail that I have to get checked. It looks like a melanoma, and you can get them under your toenails, so be aware of that. Any skin lesion that is wider than a pencil eraser is dangerous. If a mole changes in height, especially if it was sudden elevation or a previously flat mole, and I have them all the time. I get flat spots. I had them all over my face, like they were just everywhere. And this side of my face was covered with them. And so I used the iodine, and now they're gone. I have none. Yeah, but this one, it's starting again. And here, I'm getting one here. So I have to be very, very cautious. Because they will kill you, and they will kill you very fast. Yeah, very fast. So this is a good book. This is a good book. Anyway, so I was going to read these books, and I've got some journaling that I've got to do in my little kitty book that they gave me from the church. And I'm going to do some journaling. I have started my audio video series of my life and the things that have happened to me through my life that brought me to the point that I am now. And it's part of my healing process. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to be very vague. I'm not going to be mentioning people or names, nothing, okay? It's just simply the things that happened to me that I believe created my illness and created my anxiety and my depression. So I'm just going to talk about it generalized. Not going to go into no nitty-gritty, dirty details. So if that's what you're looking for, go to another audiobook. But this is a truth, what would you say? It's a truth actualizing. I'm actually speaking my truth for the first time in like 65 years. I haven't been able to speak my truth, and my audiobook is going to be a real life, face-to-face, eyeball-to-eyeball, truth to truth, and that's the way it's going to be. And it is helping me heal. I'm on my 4th chapter, so my 4th video. And there are little instances that took place in my life that affected me very profoundly. And those are the areas that I'm going to speak about on my audio video series, I guess you'd call it. I've never done this type of thing before. This is new to me, but it is healthy. And it is helping me heal from traumatic events that took place in my history. So I am slowly going through the most important things to me that I remember from my childhood, from my youth, from being a baby. I have direct memories of things that happened to me when I was a toddler. I mean, everyone says, oh, you can't remember when you're a kid. Yeah, you can. When it's traumatic, when it's something that is like so not normal, you remember it. Trust me, you remember it. And I do. And it has created so much problems in my life, physically, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, that it has taken 65 years for me to get to the point where I can speak of it. And I think it's time. So I need to heal from this in order to move on from it. And I have no intention of turning back the clock in any way. I just want to leave it and close the door. When I am done speaking my truth for the first time in my life, I'm going to close that door and I'm going to throw that key away. So I shall see you in the next video, and I may post some of my audiobook series. I may post some of those chapters early. I might post them as I'm going along. I would like to get 6 chapters done before I post them, and I'm 2 chapters away from that. So it's going to be a very interesting listen, and it might help other people out there who are dealing with traumatic events in their life, and teach them that there's nothing wrong with speaking your truth. There isn't. It's an actual feeling, okay? It's an emotion. And you need to experience emotions in order to learn how to control them. So I'm not going to feel guilty, and I'm not going to feel scared about speaking my truth. I'm no longer scared of speaking my truth. I will speak my truth, whether you like it or you don't. So if you want to listen, have a listen. If you don't, there's always that button. You can change, I don't know, if it's on TV, change the channel. If it's on YouTube, go to the next video. So anyhow, this is my healing journey, and I will be shortly uploading those videos or downloading it, whatever you call it. I'm a rookie, but I will be posting them not that far off in the future. I have 2 videos to do, and then I'm going to post the first 6 videos. But they're eye-opening, and I hope they might not. They might help someone out there who is dealing with some events in their life that they're not having an easy time to let go of. Okay, so that's all this is about. And about my self-healing. And this journey is my journey. It's an honest journey, and it's a truthful journey. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste. Bye-bye.